Hi everybody, welcome and welcome back again. It's me, Chameleon Girl Gina. And before we get deep into the video, if you're enjoying my content, give me a like because it helps motivate me to keep on making more content. And you know, you guys, it's fine for you guys to interact with me, like comment and stuff like that. I know that I maybe have been a person who can get a little defensive. Not like angry defensive, but at times it just depends on the day and what was said by somebody like just trying to come for my neck and stuff. So no, I don't like that. And you know, that's just because I have checked a couple of people does not mean don't comment on her video. Say what you gotta say respectfully though. But in the meantime, tonight, y'all seen that title, right? We're gonna make these breaded pork chops and they are fire. They're more fire than I think I've ever had in life. It's a recipe that my sister used to do. Maybe she still do. But anyway, you take some pork chops, some fresh ones, and you wash them very good. And you put some paper towel on them because you want them to have no liquid on them. And then you're going to need some crackers. In this case, I have three kinds. So I have saltine. I have a couple of Ritz, and I think I have, some Townhouse. But it's not necessary to have all those types of crackers. I can tell you that I really like to kind of stick just with saltine crackers because they don't contain that butter like the other ones to where they get browner faster. But these are going to be fired. So I really want you guys to try this recipe out. So let's go ahead and get started on some more of the ingredients. What you're going to need is some seasoning. And so we're going to use a little bit of this Morton's season. We're going to use a little bit of Lowry. And we got to go easy on these things just because it's real salty. And we're going to use some white pepper. This is not required. It is optional, but it is good. And we're going to use a little bit of ground mustard, another optional, but certainly I think it adds to the flavor, but you'll be fine even without it. Never feel like, oh, I don't have this exact ingredients, so I can't make it. You have to learn to improvise when you're doing recipes and making food and stuff like that. Because if you think about it, do you really think that our ancestors who was throwing down had any of this Lowry's, this McCormick brand, this, you know what I mean? They didn't have that, but their food was better than anything that we could cook this day and age. But anyway, I'm going to use a little bit of MSG. That's even optional. And I'm going to use some black pepper. If you don't have white pepper, don't want to use white pepper because it was a little more spicy than black pepper. Then go ahead and just use a little more black pepper to substitute it. And anyway, if you guys have cooked with me before, I'm going to use some paprika. Paprika is for color. Paprika is not for flavor, in my opinion. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go into my pork chops with my mallet. If you don't have a mallet, don't even trip about doing this step because all you need to do is take a sharp knife and just poke away at the meat to get a similar effect. And that is not gonna affect the deliciousness and the flavor of this recipe that I'm gonna put you on to. And I pray that y'all give me some feedback and tell me how you like it. Okay, so the first things first is we're just going to go ahead and bang it out a little bit so that the seasonings will go more deeper into the meat when we rub it down. And then beyond that, it's going to tenderize it. Okay, guys, so first things first, if you know me, I like to get in there and tenderize my meat at least some kind of way with a mallet or a knife, like I had said is fine earlier. And you just want to hit on it, mainly in the middle. Remember, most meat is always tender on the edges. It's that center part that is possibly a little bit tougher. And you don't want to go far, like bang, bang, and it's flat like a cutlet of some sort. So we'll go ahead and mallet the other side, and we just want to hit it a couple times. Like I said, we're not trying to make cutlets tonight. We're making breaded pork chop. And they finna be delicious. I have made these before on my channel, but it was live, and it was, you know, a lot of people don't like the waiting around. And, you know what I mean? Live videos, they take longer. The first seasoning that I put on here is my paprika. Because, and I want to be liberal, because I want them to have a real golden color. The next seasoning I put, in my case, like I said, optional, MSG. The very tiniest amount of Lawry's. And as far as the paprika, it doesn't really matter how much you use in there, truly. It's just to go ahead and use whatever you want, but be liberal, add plenty. And then anyway, you're gonna add some black pepper, about 2 teaspoons, just because of the amount of meat that it is. We're going to take and put a little of Morton's Nature's seasoning on there. It has like a unique flavor, this one. I'm not sure. It's just in this container of it. It's the yellow one. Or chanton. So then we'll put a little bit of white pepper on there. And we don't want to go crazy with it, but we want a half a teaspoon. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and rub them down real good and go to the next step. And so now, of course, we'll go ahead and we'll begin to rub them in. How I like to do mine, just kind of press them one on another. So that that flavor gets on the front and back side of the meat. And then I'll be rubbing it out. Don't let no seasoning go unused. Okay, so we have them rubbed down front and back. Just rub and rub. Just take your time and rub your meat down. And when you're cleaning your meat, rub your meat down and really, really clean it, because you don't want bone fragments in your throat and your guest's throat if you're a host and stuff, and especially if you're professionally cooking. We don't want that, right? That ain't it. So anyway, needless to say, we'll move on to our next step while those flavors set in. Anyway, what you want to do is get you some crackers, and you want to go ahead and get them, breaking them down. You want to have your bag open a little bit so you're letting out any excess air, so it doesn't, so the bag doesn't bust open when you go ahead and just really begin to crumble them. And you can continue doing this. Shoot, you can pick it up and just squeeze away to break it down, but it does need to be fine. If you got a rolling pin, that's my favorite way to get it done the fastest. So after we get the air out of there, we'll make sure it's nice and flat, right? Zip it. And just roll away. You can also do it with a can too, like a soda can. Yeah. Yeah, you want it fun. Hey, Mommy. Can you pass me a couple eggs?
Like real eggs?
Yeah. No, probably just one. I just need one, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna do one. Sure, guys, eggs cost so much. I don't know about that 2 and 3 and 4 eggs. And I be wasting. Every night I ask my husband for an egg sandwich or something with egg. I guess my body need that protein shake. I mean, you know, like, cause sometimes that's what your body will tell you what it needs. But I can't eat like 3 eggs or anything. So I know that now I'm just like, I eat 1, 2 at max. They cost too much, honey. It's like getting steak. Ain't it? Ain't it, baby? Shoot. Per pack or for one? Something like you got some in a bowl. And then what? They went to 10?
Well, 8.90 something.
Oh, basically.
Going up here, like.
We don't have no chocolate cream. Oh, baby, I got some bad news. The storm is well, it ain't really all that bad, I guess, but it is. I need you to go to King Super when you get off. There's a bad cold front coming through, babe. The negative. But my anemia been tripping because even today, wherever we went, it was like.
That's pretty good.
What kind is it? That one?
Yes.
Folgers? Maxwell House? Or the French?
Maxwell House.
French. Baby, you want some coffee, baby? That's real good. Baby, I don't mean no harm, and then I don't like going out at night sometimes. No. But what if it's real like this tomorrow? The storm is coming. Yeah, it is. That's why I'm going to. That's the good news. Is that I'm probably going to have to cancel my birthday. Because it's supposed to be that cold. Didn't you see the message about school tomorrow?
No.
Yeah, they're already on a 2-hour delay.
I thought that 2-hour delay was for a parent.
No, sir. They said due to weather forecast.
I thought it said for the teacher conference.
Supposed to start snowing, I guess. Dang. Riley? Yeah. Will you look for Mama Puffer in the bathroom or something else? Yeah. Oh, girl, I thought she was upstairs. We gotta move Robert together. Yeah. Soon. I said, will you go try to look for Mommy Puffer? I remember I had it down here, though. Hold on before you go. Let me just look. I thought we needed a puffer. Don't you need a puffer, or did you end up getting one?
No, I need one.
Exactly. At least we could get that. I don't know, baby. I don't even have one. I mean, what I have is like, it's such a little bit of it. So we're making up a station here. And so we're just going to take 1 egg. Because eggs, they just cost too much for all that right now. For me to be taking 2 and 3. But anyway, and besides egg, when you use egg, the yolk of it can cause your outside to be browner quicker. It's better when you're frying chicken and frying stuff to just really use the egg whites, but you know, in this case, it's whatever. So anyway, I'm gonna use some Lowry's in there, a nice amount. Little, about a teaspoon and a half. And then I'm going to put some black pepper in there. And then I'm going to add probably 2 cups of water to that, just to get a little yolk water. Okay, guys, so we're just going to take and we're going to whisk this up. We put definitely some room temperature water in there. So With that, we are done whisking away. So the next step is our flour. Just our regular flour. And I changed my mind on how I'm going to do this recipe. So I am going to use all of my cracker crumbs because it do shrink down to nothing like chitlins. So anyway, I'm going to put some of that on here. Like all of it. All of it, baby. Ooh, these pork chops are gonna be good. They're fattening, and I'm gonna be honest, you know, this is not a low-cal meal, period, poo. But anyway, what I want to do, I don't want any paprika in there because I know I'm gonna get really golden based on the fact that I have Ritz cracker in here, which have a lot of butter and Townhouse cracker. Okay, guys, so we have our station set up. Every single thing that our pork chops touch has to have seasoning, and that's what we just did. We made sure of that. So anyway, we're going to give our dry ingredients a good whisk to make sure we're mixing up the flavor. And one thing I forgot that I like in there is a little bit of accent, but no paprika, because we're going to get the color from these breadcrumbs. Remember, guys, if you use paprika, what's going to happen? It's going to turn it brown faster than it could cook. This is the egg mixture with 2 cups of water, only to 1 egg. But watch what it do. Because you don't need to use all them eggs. Eggs are too high right now for anybody. Sure. The next step is I'm just going to take my pork chops and I'm going to dip them into the flour. One by one. I'm going to make sure that they're coated all the way, everywhere. No, don't need the well. Thank you, babies. And then I'm going to give them a shake off. And then we're going to go to the bath. After we do a quick bath, we're going to let drain. And we're going to go to the breading. And we're going to push it down in there real good. We're going to flip it. And we're going to repeat. And we're going to lay it on the, what is this called? The rack.
The drying rack?
No, it's like, anyway, you're going to put it in a rack. Shaked off. Let it go bathe. After it bathe, we go into crackers. Go into crackers again. And we have the perfect amount of crackers. The perfecto. And there it is. And there we are. So we're going to wait and let the breading kind of sit in there so it could get sticky, just like when I make fried chicken, guys. If you guys have seen my chicken breast recipe, the best fried chicken recipe in the world. And I don't know if it's just in my opinion, but I think it's a lot of people really like it. So anyway, you're going to let this get sticky. Never have it floury looking because it is not me. It means it hasn't adhered properly. Okay, so now we're going to, this is just my electric skillet. You guys feel free to use your cast iron or whatever skillet that you're using. However, if you're using cast iron, be careful to know that it gets hotter, so you need to be careful with the temperature. What I'm going to do is go ahead and add just some cooking oil of your choice. It could be store-bought, it could be just going to fill this a 1/2 inch up. And I may have went too far, but we're going to see. Because you don't need just a whole lot, but you need enough to fry all of your breaded pork chops. So we'll let that go ahead and get really, really nice and warm. And then we're going to go in and just begin to fry them. All right, y'all. Let's get to frying. All right, guys. So how you know that you're really ready to get these fried up is when you pick them up. They should have very little coming off of them. If you pick up your stuff, another thing to do is to have your your oil filthy within probably 2 batches. And this way it's sticking to the meat versus sticking in the bottom of your pan. So anyway, you just go ahead and begin and drop them one by one. And we're not going to have like a bunch of, we're going to fry them in 2 batches and so. We'll put like 3 at a time. We're doing 6 of them. And we'll go ahead and just let them fry up. We're going to have the temperature. We want to be right in this type of a pan. We want to be right at about 280 degrees, just because this is shallow. We don't want this to burn. So that's the temperature that we're on. We're going to let it cook about 6 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll flip it over and let it cook another 6 minutes. Okay, guys, so now we've been frying for about 5.5 minutes. And what I'm noticing around the edges is it's getting nice and golden. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. And oh my goodness, the breading on there. And when you bite it, it's like this crisp flakiness. It's different than a regular fried pork chop. It's the best one, but it just takes more time. I'm not gonna say it don't. Okay, y'all, so it's time. It's time to take these babies out of here because they are good and they are done. I'm thinking. Let's check for goldenness on the bottom. Oh, yes. Yeah. Golden. And golden. Oh, wait a minute. Let's just get on in there. Shoot. Okay, y'all see that? That's how it tastes. As flaky and golden as can be. I'm going to turn it up a little bit so the next batch can go in there and cook nice and even. And my oil is barely dirty at all because all of the breading is on the pork chop. It's not in the pan. All right. Flaky and delicious. Let's go on with the next ones. Make sure our grease is up. We're going in at 300 degrees. And then this is a shallow pan, guys. So by this being a shallow pan, you don't want to be cooking real fast and real high. Or cast iron either. Okay, guys, so it's time to take these out. Second batch. Total cooking time is 11 minutes. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, that's pretty, baby. Oh, my goodness. The best breaded pork chop you finna eat, baby. Or make. Alright, y'all, look at here. This is how the breaded pork chops look. Look at this breading on there. Can you guys really see? Don't play with me and act like you can see. Don't get burnt. Turn. Look, just that breading. Don't you see? My oil is not like filthy because all of my breading is on my pork chop. Now we got a taste tester in the building. I'll be there.
Pick the one that you pointed out earlier.
She has to have center cut. Okay, guys, let's do this. This is center cut. Here. This one's hot. That's center cut.
It's hot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how hot you're saying it is, but it's hot enough. Hold on, let me get up on you. She said it's roasting hot, but she insists on biting it. I told her, bite it when it's cool off. She said she got to bite it now because it looked too good. I want to bite it after. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Is it tender?
Mm-hmm.
Let me get a
It's
bite
like
of it.
schnitzel.
It is? Because I pounded it. So it should be real tender. Because it's the breading. It's breaded pork chop.
Don't ever make real pork chops. Make this.
This your favorite kind?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. Mmm. Oh, it's crispy. Mmm. Will y'all do me a favor if you like me and we're friends? Go ahead and like. Do me a favor, comment, give me feedback. Share if you care about me. And the biggest one, subscribe. God bless.